you can really start to see the guitar taking shape on this machine.
Congratulations, you are nominated for an award.
So nice.
And how does it feel?
It's fun, it's very satisfying. It's fun to watch your whole career go by, and as you're successful, people recognize that, and Junior Achievement's a great organization, so we're really proud to be recognized.
I mean, we started and we didn't know what we were doing. We went into debt, had a hard time paying our bills, couldn't pay ourselves. And we didn't know if we'd ever get to the end of that and turn the corner.
We ran a production schedule where Kurt would write this, we're going to make this guitar and this guitar and this guitar, 3 guitars a day, and he would write them in red if they weren't ordered. And if they were sold, he would write them in black, right? And then one day after about 12 years, he just figured out how to sell guitars, just clicked. He totally figured out, and he'd walk over into the production area and he'd erase a red guitar, 615 written in red, and he'd write it in black. We'd be like, you sold the guitar? Yeah, I sold the guitar. Then a half an hour later he'd come back and he'd sold another one. Then a day later he'd come back and he'd sold 2 more, and he'd changed the whole board from red to black, right? All sold, and that was a huge turning point for us.
We're cutting the wood for necks right now for about 700 guitars every day.
What advice do you have for kids that would hope to pursue a career like yours? I mean, if I said I would like to make guitars one day, what advice would you give me?
Well, my advice would be very simple and very practical. If you want to make guitars, then make guitars. If there's something that you like to do, do it. Maybe somebody wants to be a chef. Well, you better start cooking. Don't wait to take courses. Cook before courses.
Yeah, find what you're passionate about and pursue that. There will be really exciting times and there will be really, really hard times no matter what you do. You want to pick the thing that you'll stick with no matter what.
Is there any music inspirations that you sat down and listened to?
Yeah, I really got excited when the Beatles happened and the whole explosion of music.
Are the Beatles still your favorite?
They're definitely one of my favorite. Yeah, they've endured really well. And in fact, it was last year on the Grammys, the beginning of last year, a new Rihanna video came out with Rihanna and Kanye and Paul McCartney playing one of our guitars. Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. We didn't even know he had one of our guitars, so that's nice for that to come around full circle.
These machines didn't even exist when we first started.
With Junior Achievement being able to get a grip on kids when they're young, I think that that's really important because they can start to teach kids how the world turns, but at the same time, they can spark that interest in kids. So a kid could come in and go, hey, when I come to this, to the little town, I kind of like working in the bank, or I kind of like working in the bakery. That's the part that I really like. You look around, you see this whole little city, and you can identify with part of it and maybe not identify with another part. With Junior Achievement, they're exposing kids to a lot of things. And then also the practical side of life, how to balance a checkbook, how to do your own personal budget. These are things that everybody needs to know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it can really help a young person get to that point where Kurt and I got to. We're pretty young in life. We were able to direct ourselves into something that we were passionate about.